What is going on, guys? Zers here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about what's been up with me briefly at the beginning of the video, and then most of this video will just be me talking about my thoughts on the great sponsorship migration when a bunch of companies decided not to advertise on YouTube anymore, which will probably change, I would imagine, in the near future. At least I think. I could be wrong there, but I don't think these companies are gonna continue to not market towards a place that is so easily ripe for the picking. But I digress. I digress. Going forward, so I guess I'll start this video off by saying the reason why I haven't uploaded in the last week or so is because I've been moving, and I am my mom and dad got divorced way back when, so I'm the only man in my family. So as you can imagine, I had to move almost literally an entire house. I did get a little bit of help from my cousin and his friend. Thank God for that. But damn, I had to move a lot of stuff, and I was sore. I was tired. It just was one of the most miserable experiences of my entire life. My sister's boyfriend helped me out a little bit. I mean, he's gonna be moving here, and I'll explain why in a future video. However, he only helped me a little bit. You know, he still had to go to work and everything, and it was just miserable. So that's why I haven't produced anything. I had to literally move everything, and I was tired, man. So regularly scheduled programming will continue soon on my channel. It's just that little update. That's why nothing has really came. And it's not like anyone's hungry for content. I mean, I've got like 400 videos. You niggas will be okay. All right, all right, all right, all right. So moving forward from that, so let's actually talk about what's going on with my channel in regards to the demonetization issue on YouTube. I've seen a couple of videos of people talking about them losing monetization. So for me, honestly, I'll tell you from the beginning, man, I haven't really been too worried about that. I'm gonna be completely honest. And as it turns out, I checked my email. I hardly check my emails, but I check it a lot more frequently than anything else I check aside from Twitter. So I checked my emails, and I got a pleasant surprise. Only 2 videos of mine have been demonetized recently, and they're year-old videos. The first video that was demonetized was Proof the Young Turks Makes People Dumb. This was a video response I made back when my channel was a lot smaller, so many years ago. As you can see here, it's going on 3 years old. In a couple of months, it'll be 3 years old. I mean, this was really when I first started making regular content on YouTube. I'm not too bothered by it. The video isn't viewed all that often anymore, you know, but I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna try to have it reapplied for remonetization, and if it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen, you know. So the next video, which I think is a lot more reasonable to be demonetized, is 1 in 3 men would rape according to feminists, and this is a video response I did again a couple years ago to the think tank, where they used a really terrible study citing that 1 in 3 men would rape if they had the chance, which really turned out that out of a sample size of 72 men, only like, if I do some basic, like 23, about 23, give or take a little bit, of men said that if they given the opportunity to have sex with a woman and not get caught, would they do it? Now, this doesn't really strike me as surprising or even interesting. Actually, what I find interesting more is the fact that even within that small sample size, majority of men decided they would not rape given the opportunity, which you would think would make people happy, but no, it did not. So, it was just a video response about how faulty that study was. But I was still talking about rape, and you know how people feel about rape. It's the worst thing ever. It's the worst thing ever. So I can understand why they would say that this isn't advertiser friendly. However, despite that fact, what I decided to do was to just reapply again. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I mean, again, this is an old video. It only gets sprinkles of views anyway, and I think I'll be okay as long as the video isn't removed. I mean, I'm fine with it. Now, another thing that happened recently was one of my favorite videos I've created of all time, which was my problem with empowered female characters, was blocked briefly. Yes, it turns out Fox decided that they were going to make a claim on the clip I used of Ripley in the episode, in the video. So I was like, man, get the actual fuck out of here, Fox. And I decided to do a counterclaim, and literally within like 3 or 4 hours, the Fox decided to remove the copyright strike and the video came back. And I was like, yes, thank you, because that was bullshit, Fox. Yeah, Fox tried to remove one of my favorite videos I ever created. Get out of here, Fox. So I mean, I don't know, good and bad news. I guess bad because, you know, Fox tried to pull his bullshit, but good because my video was immediately came back. I guess the old saying, no one wants to go to court, rings true in this situation as well. And then the final thing that happened to my channel while in the last couple of weeks was I got a privacy complaint about a video I made a little while back ago, entitled "A Wild Body Positive Feminist Appears." And this is a video, it's actually pretty long, well, most of my videos are long. It's a video where I was criticizing this one feminist on Instagram called Healthy Happy Chelsea, who is just silly insecure. I mean, the woman is like insecure for no real discernible reason. I think really, if I can psychoanalyze her briefly, is she still has fat girl mentality. Like, she's a big girl, but she's like, I think she's attractively thick. I guess a lot of black guys would. Which might be, which may or may not be unfortunate for her if she doesn't like black guys, but whatever. Anyway, she's, I don't know, she's silly insecure, and I think she just still has the same, you know, ugly fat girl mentality, that she's just not attractive, and she feels the need to post sexy pictures to, you know, get commented upon a lot. So I called her out on it, and I guess she didn't like it. However, even though I got this privacy complaint, nothing came out of it. I mean, the video is still live. Nothing really happened, even though YouTube said I only had like 48 hours to like blur her face or do anything. So I was like, I mean, since nothing happened, I'll just leave the video as is. So yeah, that happened. That was a thing, but it looks like it worked out for the most part. So. And now the final thing that occurred with my channel was YouTube's restricted mode went live, and a bunch of people lost their shit. They lost their minds over what happened with the restricted mode. Steven Crowder made a video. Roaming Millennial made a video. Marina Shut Up made a video. Jacqueline Glenn made a video. The latter of the two were talking about how YouTube is homophobic. YouTube is censoring LGBT community with restricted mode. Steven Crowder, I love you, buddy. But Steven Crowder was talking about, look at how the Young Turks videos are not as restricted as ours. And while I mean he has a bit of a point there, I mean you'll actually find that the Young Turks does indeed have some of their content removed from their restricted portion, but a lot of it seems to be more friendly oriented content than Crowder's, which is a bit of an alarm. True, however, not too much, because again, the Young Turks does have some of their content removed. Romy Millennial made a couple of videos where she showed a bit of a montage of people losing their monetization, or people losing stuff in restricted mode. And so while all of this was happening, I just kind of sat back and chuckled to myself a little bit, because I find that both sides are overreacting just a smidge when it comes to restricted mode, and aren't really addressing what I believe is probably the biggest problem with YouTube, and I'll explain in a second. See, restricted mode literally is something that you toggle on and off. My entire channel is gone from restricted. Literally, there's not a single video on my channel which anyone on restricted mode can view, and I am okay with that. It does not bother me at all. The reason why is because you just turn restricted mode off. You don't even have to put your password in. You just turn it off. So I'm not gonna sit here and complain about this shit. First of all, I don't really think children should be watching the videos I produce anyway, because I talk about a lot of content that will probably go well beyond any 13 or 14-year-old's head. Well, maybe 14, you're trying to date a little bit, you know. Maybe I might be able to help a 14-year-old out, but I mean, for the most part, I mean, come on. Most of the stuff I talk about is not for children anyway. Restricted mode bothers me none, and you can just turn the shit off. So I just find it to be a mute problem to complain about from any standing. The real issue I have with YouTube, however, is the way the algorithms are set up. There are a lot of videos that aren't getting visibility or aren't being, I mean, for example, there's on the subscription part, a lot of people say if you want to subscribe, just go ahead and click the bell to get all the notifications. Yeah, that doesn't work. It doesn't. It's not a solution. The problem is YouTube sets up algorithms based on what the viewer has watched consistently. So you'll always get suggestions from channels you're not even subscribed to. because you've seen lots of their videos constantly. So YouTube just pushes content that's similar to what you've been watching for a while, which means that you normally aren't going to see the content that you're subscribed to, especially if you haven't watched their videos for a while. So if it's someone that doesn't post videos up on a regular basis, you're not going to be consuming their content on a regular basis, so it's not even going to appear in your subscription feed. There's been plenty of times I've still been subscribed to people and literally would not even see their video because it just didn't come up in my subscription feed. Not because I didn't click the bell, but because the algorithm sorted out that I'm not interested here and decided to put a bunch of videos that I had been watching for a little while. That's a huge issue with YouTube. That's what's really cutting a bunch of people's watch time, or I mean views, in half. It's the fact that these algorithms are not really based on what people want to see. It's just what people have been watching consistently at the time. One thing I thought was hilarious was if you've watched a bunch of video responses to the Prager University video that a bunch of atheists did, you will find that a bunch of Prager University ads will roll up in front of your screen. Why is that? Because the tags Prager University is constantly being filtered in the YouTube algorithm, and they look at your account and say, well, obviously you must want to see Prager University, when really you want to see Prager University get pwned, in quotation marks. That's really the problem that I find with YouTube. It's the algorithms aren't really putting in place the content that people really want to see, and it's messing with people's subscription box. And aside from that, man, I really have no issue with restricted mode. I am not scared of being censored from restricted mode. I think, again, it's really the algorithm that's not placing my videos in front of people's faces. That's the real issue that I'm finding with YouTube currently, that I haven't really seen very many people talk about, aside from MatPat. But MatPat really just made a video on how to game the system. He really didn't make a video on how this is truly the problem and how restricted mode isn't really an issue anyone should be worried about. So that's about it for this video. Like I said, regularly scheduled programming will continue soon. I have a couple of video ideas I'm going to produce. One in particular I'm going to make in the near future is about my experiences with moving and how frustrated I got, which will be tied into a greater frustration I've been having. You'll see pretty soon. I'm not going to spoil the video contents just yet. So I have a couple of video ideas that I've got lined up and willing to make. So my question to you, viewer, if you made it this far, is to please tell me what type of videos you would like to see me produce in the near future. Do you have any questions, any ideas, any videos you want me to respond to or talk about? There are other video ideas people have asked me to respond to that I'm trying to figure out the best way to make. So I'm trying to get all that done, but sometimes I forget and sometimes I lose the list. So I mean, if you've requested a video, if you have an idea, tell me in the comment section below. Help me out here if I have indeed forgotten. One thing I will add, however, is if you have a requested video or idea and you want me to create it as soon as possible, you can always donate to Patreon. $1, $2, $5, it do not matter. No, but seriously, you can donate to Patreon and I will create your video as fast as I possibly can. And now I will be clear here. You do not have to request any money for me to do a video idea at all. As long as you suggest it and I know what I can say, if I have any ideas on it, I will make the video. It will take time, but I can do it. But if you request it on Patreon, I will make it as quickly as I possibly can based on the priority of the money that you have produced. That is the reward for Patreon subscribers. So, like I said, that's an idea for you if you want. But again, I will be clear, you do not have to donate. And I don't think most of you niggas will anyway. So I do have some ideas, but I would like to see what else people would want to see in the near future. So, with that being said, man, I certainly hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And if you did, man, go ahead and click that like button. Yeah, shoot, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Comment in the comment box below. And as always, you guys have yourselves a great day. I'll see you cool cats soon. Adios.